Cool. Sounds good. All right. Welcome to another episode of Trust Sports. The boys are back in the building. We took a week off. We're back. Myself, Malik Howard in the building. Got my boy with me, Liam Stokes. What's good, my guy?
Malik, what's up? What's up, man? Glad we're back. It feels like we've been gone for months.
Yeah. I was away at a conference, and Liam was bullshitting.
Yeah. I don't work. I just let Malik bring home the money, not bullshit on
the pod. But yo, we missed a fucking hell of a week, a hell of a time in sports, of unique sports, I would say. Yeah. Being that week away, we're just like, this has to be the worst week possible for us. But we wanted to start off. This is hilarious. We wanted to start off with college ball. We were going to talk about the men's championship. Do you give a fuck? I can say right now, I have a hot take that in any given year, not just this year, because of like who was in the final. Of course, the winner was UConn versus San Diego State, and it was UConn who won it. But I don't think that it's not because of those two teams who are in it. I truly think that once it gets past the Sweet 16, no one gives a fuck anymore. There's rarely any upsets. It's balls. It's in and out. It's like your team's going to be what it's going to be, and you kind of can predict like the outcomes. It was a little bit wild, but I think from the Sweet 16, everyone loses interest. Brackets are broken. No one cares about brackets. So This is my hot take from it.
I think I'm with you to an extent. And this is why when we brought up the argument a few weeks ago of like, did this Final Four hurt or help college ball? Like, again, everyone wants the upsets. Everyone wants the underdog teams. But then once you get here, you're kind of sitting at it like who the fuck from New Jersey wants to watch San Diego State play in the national championship?
Yeah.
I can guarantee you a lot more people would want to watch the Dukes of the world or the Villanovas or the North Carolinas. So I think your boy Will Compton might have even said it. But it was something I was thinking about too. This has to be the only like tournament in sports that gets more boring as you go along. That interest as you go along. I mean, now think about it, as you just said, like you can go to work and talk to someone who doesn't watch a single game of college basketball. And that first weekend when all the games are going on, when their brackets are filled out, they're going to watch the games. They're going to be in it. But you're right. Once you get to a certain extent, those casual fans kind of break off a little bit. Another thing that's kind of been like bullshit and maybe like an old man take, why the fuck are we having the national championship game on a Monday night at fucking 9 o'clock? Nobody's going to watch that game full through on the East Coast at all. I think I completely agree with you. I think that this tournament definitely loses some steam. And again, it's cool to see some upsets in the first round, but I really do think that the casual fans get brought in and the diehard college ball fans are more bought in when you have these blue bloods and these bigger programs that are battling it out in the Elite Eight and the Final Four versus FAU and San Diego State.
Yeah. I mean, it's crazy. I actually am this dope higher education person I know in higher ed. He's from San Diego, works at San Diego State. Like, he had a huge week, so I was seeing him post. So I got to see firsthand like what the college campus was like because he works there, of like what San Diego was like during that time. But again, it's just I can give two fucks at that point. And what's the turnover from Final Four to the championship game? Like, what does that turnover look like? Like, how quick is the next game?
So I believe the Final Four is played Saturday, and then the Monday after, I believe, is that national championship game.
So they have Saturday. Then they have a whole week.
We had the Saturday night be the San Diego State buzzer beater, and then the UConn. I mean, UConn fucking throttled every team they played in this tournament. But I think that happened Saturday night, off Sunday, Monday championship. Yeah.
So then that's ridiculous. So then if I'd rather you fucking just give them the whole week and go right up until Friday night, like have like or Friday night or Saturday night, Sunday night, whatever, make it a main event that everyone like, okay, they're after work, they're going to the bars, or like that, like give them that week off. Like it's same thing. Like, I mean, football, you have a little bit easier. Football, they give them a week. I feel like even in between them, they have they have a longer break than that.
So
NFL,
I think
you get a bigger break.
You'll get the break from the Elite Eight, and then you'll get that week to the Final Four. So you'll have Elite Eight break from Monday to Friday. Saturday's your Final Four. But I mean, Sunday. There's your game. Sunday 3 o'clock. Sunday 4 o'clock. Like the spot that the NFL dominates 80% of the years, that Sunday. Like everyone, like America's game of the week. There's your championship game. Again, why are we waiting until Monday night?
Yeah.
When realistically, like what are casual fans going to turn that on for here on the East Coast?
Yeah.
First 10 minutes, maybe.
Yeah, that's a fact.
So I don't know. I mean, it is what it is.
I feel you. Yeah, no, I didn't give a fuck. I know Vaughn was pissed off. He could care less. Do you want to give your trust of the week, or you want me to go first?
I'll go first, man. I know I told you I got a little funny story. So my trust of the week, Evil Genius Brewery here in Fishtown, Philly. That's where I'm at. This brewery, this is one I know we had our friend Dave Wallace on the show. Shout out Dave during the Super Bowl hype. We're in a cornhole league all together. That's like the whitest thing that I do is the cornhole league at a brewery. But great brewery, great beers, great people that work there. So they ran this deal that they have $5 per case of beer. Now they sell 6 packs of the beer that they brew there, and it ranges anywhere from, I don't know, $10 to $12. So $5, you're getting about a half off. Buy a couple, it's like a 2-for-1 deal, if you will. So they've ran these before, right? Like during the holiday season, I think they had like a Black Friday right before Christmas, and they ran this one a couple of weeks ago. So I went on the site as they were launching this deal, and I said, you know what, I'm going to pick up 2 packs, 2 6-packs, $5 a piece, $10. What's it? It's nothing in relation. So I'll go walk. It's about a 15-20 minute walk. I'll grab it. So Leek, I get there, and I walk in. You walk to the back to go pick up your beer, and I see this dude in front of me have a hand truck, 5-foot hand truck, loaded up with beer. And when I say cases of beer, I mean like a rectangle box that holds 4 individual 6-packs. My dude's got like 5 or 6 of them up. So I was like, hey, man, more power to you. Like, you're taking advantage of this deal. That's sick. So I walk up, show him my receipt. The guy goes to me, yeah, do you want a hand truck too? And I'm like, yo, I've been in the gym. Like, I can't carry 2 6-packs of beers. Like, come on now. But he hands me 2 of those big boxes. So this deal wasn't for $5 6-packs. It was for $5 24 packs, if you will. So I got 48 beers.
Yeah.
For $10.
$10. Holy shit.
Now, mind you, my girl and I have our puppy. We're watching her parents' dog. We took them on the 15-minute walk to go grab it. So now I'm walking out with 48 beers. And I'm looking at her, and I'm like, well, we're going to have ourselves a damn walk home. Yeah. That was one of my workouts for the day. But shout out Evil Genius. Crazy deal. But I couldn't believe it. So, look, if anyone wants to come over, crack a few beers, I got enough to last the entire fucking summer at this point.
You should have went back.
Huh?
You should have doubled back.
Bro, I almost went in and bought more for $5.
I would have doubled back. I'd be like, you know what? For $50, I'm walking out of here.
Yeah. Those beers, man, I'm telling you, like a 6-pack is like $12.
Yo, what the hell were they getting rid of? Is it like new season, like the new seasons? Yeah.
It was like select beers, and what they do is like on 9 a.m. on Friday or whenever it was, you had to go on the site. So I went on, did my thing, texted our friends, here's the deal. Don't forget to do it. It was like 9:05. By the time they went on, it was all sold out anyway.
Oh, so you got to be quick with the jump on.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
But I didn't know I was buying that many beers. So like I said, if anybody wants to come, I'll be giving them out as Christmas gifts.
Right. Yeah, that's fire. So really it's trust in the hookup, like the unexpected hookup.
Trust in the unexpected hookup.
Yeah, that's fire.
And the long workout walk home. I'm running a Tough Mudder at the end of May, so it's good practice for me.
Oh, word. That's what's up. I always want to do one of those. I like that. I give that, honestly, because of the hookup, I'm going to give that like a 9.6. Based on like how the market is ran right now, how crazy everything has been on the rise, that's a hookup in today's time. Like that makes your month. You know what I mean? That makes going into baseball season great. I give it like a 9.4. I would say 9.4.
Look, man, who needs this Philly contaminated water when you got beer on deck, right?
Yeah, facts. Staying within Philly, South Jersey area, my trust of the week is going to an establishment that we all know so well. I wonder if you could take a guess at it before I go. I'm just going to – it's a staple in many communities.
Okay.
It started off not as a gas station, but it is a gas station now. Trust of the week goes to Wawa. If you're not from around the area, if you don't know what Wawa is your go-to. It saves the day. If it's late night, you either may have been out, nothing's open no more. You could be, plans right now. There's nothing to cook. Wawa is your go-to. A lot of people, when I was in Salisbury, Maryland for grad school, they try to compare it to like Royal Farms. No. There's no comparison to Wawa. People don't understand. Wawa started off as just a store, like a convenience store that had great food. It's now branched to recently to gas. It's a staple in your beach day. You gotta stop. You, in my eyes, you never do it before you get to the beach. You got to get to the beach, stop at Wawa. You get in all things, right? Shout out to Wawa for the free water. The ice is cheap as fuck. And you're getting all your meals there, right? The chips, the everything you need is in one shot, and you fill up the cooler, you're good to go. It's kind of like a camaraderie thing that you guys all know. You know, you get there early in the morning, you're about to have a day at the beach. Like this is Jersey Beach. Like you gotta hit this and go. And it's also saved people the drunk nights, the people who drink. It saves you in great quality, anything you can think of. Like I see some people ordering some crazy shit. I'm always good to go to bread chicken or quesadillas. Like, and I'm in and out, and you're not waiting long. Like I've waited long once, and that was in Maryland. You could tell they didn't know how to really run a Wawa. South Jersey, your wait should be no more than max 5 minutes, and it's because you're walking around the store, you order it before you go to the checkout, and you're good to go. So that's my trust of the week, the Wawa.
Got it. Gotta love it, bro. Funny story. I went to Miami for a bachelor party. It was my girlfriend's now brother-in-law, and he's from the West Coast area. Now, he knows Wawa from coming in and visiting with her. Loves it. Every time they come in, it's the first thing that they have to have. But I'm on this bachelor party with 95% of it all being West Coast guys. So we passed a Wawa down in Florida.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, oh, like, what's Wawa? What's Wawa? And I almost like didn't blink because I thought they were like joking. And before I can even say anything, this guy that grew up in San Francisco, that again has come in, he's like, oh my God, it's like 7-Eleven on steroids. Like that doesn't even do it justice.
No.
It's like it's a convenience store that actually has good sandwiches and food that you can order, and they were blown away. I always say I don't know how I would live without Wawa.
Yeah.
So I got to get 10 out of 10. Always try Wawa. It's the best.
Always. And the Wawa, and I like that they brand it the hoagie. It's not a sub. I don't know what other people call it. It's a hoagie, bro. It's a hoagie down here, around here, man.
And all those sheets, people, Wawa's better.
Yeah, Wawa's so much better, bro. You can't compete. I thought, and also last thing on all tokens, they fire on all cylinders for the breakfast and then the lunch.
The Sizzlies.
Yeah, the Sizzlies smack when they go. It used to be 2 for $3. Now it's like 2 for $3.33. Like I understand the inflation and shit, but yo, it smacks, bro. It's an easy pick me up. All right. So then do we want to move into the talk of all talks that's been going on for like the last week and a half of Angela Reese? That's how you pronounce her name, right?
Angel Reese.
Oh, Angel Reese. I'm sorry. Angel Reese. We got to take this one slow. It's a lot. It's a lot of build up that goes behind this. So it's a lot to unpack. I want to hear what your perspective is first. We have, the championship game. We have the build up before the game. We have comments made by Dave Portnoy. We have her in the news. I just want to see where you want to start off. Go ahead.
Let's start off with have we all played sports at some level before?
Yeah.
Have we all rooted for a team before? Are we forgetting that the cockiness, the confidence, the rooting for, the heartbreak are all kind of a part of sports? Like, are we forgetting that?
Yeah.
Angel Reese was one of the best players on the court every game this season. I think we were texting with Vaughn. She maybe broke an NCAA record for most double-doubles. Like, she did her fucking thing. She was the best player on the best team in the nation this year. Mm-hmm. And she just won the national championship. Why in the hell are we even talking? Again, I know we'll get to on why we're talking about it. But are we forgetting, like we're not all celebrating that? Like, that's what she's doing. She was the best player on the best team in the nation, and she's celebrating her win. The only thing I'll say that was a little weird about it, which somebody brought up, I guess a lot of people did at this point, was her kind of following around Caitlin Clark. Now, that's a little weird only because, like, if Caitlin Clark said something directly to her or about LSU or about whatever, her character, whatever, by all means, rub that shit in. You know my petty ass, I'd be doing the same damn thing. Yeah. But she kind of like sought her out, followed her around, did that. That's a little weird. I get it. But again, it's the emotion of the game. It's everything you put into that season from the very beginning of training camp all the way to the very end when you guys were all you heard was Caitlin Clark in Iowa all season long, right? So you beat the team that had those people talking like talk your shit. You deserved it.
But you don't get so what you like. You bring up a great point. All that it takes to get to that point, right? But what we have to go back some years, right? Angel was at Maryland versus Caitlin. Yeah. This probably goes back in before AAU times. There's lots of players that have played each other since AAU ages of like traveling around the country playing against each other. I'm sure they've known each other this whole way through. If they both played AAU, maybe they were talking trash with each other when Angel was at Maryland. She was at Maryland. There's videos of them talking trash back and forth. Yeah. So it's like she's made it now. Now I transferred on a new team, led my team. This is my team, the better team, to a national championship. We won and fucking beat you. I have no problem with funk because in football, I followed you around. Like if at the end of the game, it was like I was like, bro, I fucking told you, bro. Like this is our shit, bro. Like, I'm talking shit to you back and forth. You have to take it. You couldn't beat us.
No, 100%. 100%.
You couldn't beat us. Sorry. It is what it is. Come to the dark side if you like for quote unquote. Come to the dark side. Like if you want to, like come be with us, Caitlin. I would say who has a better career at the next level. It's gonna be hard to tell, but let's not we understand Caitlin is when I think of a ball player, she's changed the day and age for the women's sports. She's changed women's sports. She's the Steph Curry of women's sports. She's pulling up from outside range. Like she's balling out. She balls out. But Caitlin talks shit. People are treating this like Caitlin didn't say anything. Caitlin's respectful and it's just a ball player. She's about the P's and Q's. She's about, laying it up. She doesn't dunk if she can. She's this bitch is pulling up from the parking lot, waving it at the fan like she's talking shit too. Yeah. So the comments that were made is what goes into now. It's hilarious when you see Iowa being predominantly white state. It is a white state, white school, white basketball team. LSU. When you just look at the difference in the organizations, you still see that sports still create a divide. I think in all sports, you still see race, pride in all these sports that you go in. And I think you see it more when you think of boxing. Like boxing, you see that more than anything. You see country versus country, no matter who it is. You see white versus black. Mm-hmm. You see these divides happen. Like when Deontay Wilder versus the Fury was going on, it was white versus black. Like these things happen in sports. And it still shows you that this shit still exists and it's still prominent. Now we get to the comments of she's a piece of shit player for doing such things. That's where it's like they point on you fucked up by making those comments of what you said. I don't have his exact comment. I forget what exactly it was, the tweet.
I think, and the word classless kept being thrown around too. Yeah. And it's just like, again, this is where I ask the question of like, do you forget, like, do we really forget? Do we really forget like what sports brings out of us? Like it brings the best, it brings the most competitiveness out of us. Like Dave, if you fucking, first of all, he probably bet on Iowa, which I think he came out and said. So like if he bet on LSU, he wouldn't have been butthurt about it. He probably would have loved it. Not a Dave Portnoy guy. But again, it's just like, you're right. The race factor had to be brought out because I watched a dude at the same university a few years ago do the same ring motion in a national championship game, and he has now been dubbed Joe Cool, Joe Burrow. Like nobody said anything about it. He looked at the sideline, he put it into his damn hand when they were up and the game was well in doubt.
Yeah.
He knew he was a national championship, and all I heard about was how cool the dude was, and he is. Yeah. But so is Angel Reese. So let's give her flowers instead of calling her a classless piece of shit, which again, for some of those people that were saying it, because like you said, I feel like on Twitter now, how you have the people you follow and the people that's like the for you. So if I follow like anything Barstool, I see Dave Portnoy come up. So like it literally was an even divide of like random white reporters, Dave Portnoy and them calling her classless. And then it was like the black side of it. I saw RG3 say something. Shannon Sharp came out and said something like
Gilly and them
said it was almost an even divide to where
based on race.
Yeah.
But I'm a Dave Portnoy guy. Like the reason I really, really got into media and wanted to go for it was everything Barstool. Like, it's crazy how much I've shifted to, like, I watch old Barstool videos to this day. Like, I love everything Barstool, but growing up, like when I was at Rowan and I was in grad school and I would inspect rooms, if I saw a Saturday for the boys, I normally saw Trump as well in the room, a flag, right? Like I normally saw that. To me, I was like, oh, it's hand in hand. Like everyone likes Barstool is a fucking racist cuck or they like Trump. Like that's what it was for me, right? Like, but that was the perception that media was putting out there. I don't see it that way, right? But when I looked at those comments and I'm just like, yo, this is such bullshit, bro. Like people are like, also they were making a debate like, whatever, Caitlyn did that not in the championship game. She ended players' careers. Like, there's going to be basketball players that she ended doing this to that would never suit up ever again. It wasn't just a regular season game. Like, it was still the playoffs. It was the Final Four when she did that shit. So, someone else went home as well with no championship without playing basketball ever again. It doesn't, to me, that's when you do it the most. And when you're at that status of a game, like, you talk your shit. It's like everyone. You have Aaron Donald in the Super Bowl, ring me. Calling for the ring me. Like, I put the work in to win this shit. When you go for it, she's following her. At the end of the game, I've seen that shit from many athletes. Like, I've seen Kobe do that shit, going after players. I'm going to follow you around the fucking court and show you. These are the moments where I wish Kobe was around. LeBron and them would speak up. Like, these guys are like, fuck that. I go after these players. If I win, I'm not humble in these moments. I'll be humble when we shake your hand. But right now, I am the heat of, we're shooting our foul shots, whatever like that. The game's over. I'm looking at the crowd. Yeah. All praise to us. After the game, we shake hands. Yo, hell of a player. All but respect for you. Which I'm sure they did. I saw LSU players like being filmed before the game of like, yo, who do you like? They're like, my favorite player is Caitlyn. Like on the LSU team. And they saw her like, holy shit, that's Caitlyn. I'm like, what the fuck? Yeah. All respect to her. Yo, Lions Den is a Lions Den, bro. I'm sorry.
No, yeah. And like I said, I'm not saying that following her was like completely wrong. Yeah. I'm just saying, if anything at all about this, could I see the other side of it? It's that. But you're right, bro. Like, again, this is people. I don't want to speak for everyone, but I feel like a majority of it. This is people seeing one thing.
Yeah.
But you're right. And guess what? Like I said, if all those people that bitched about it bet on LSU or went to LSU and was rooting for them, not a fucking word. Not a fucking word. They probably would have loved every single second of it, but
these are also, they were on the other side. People who believe in and that's why like there's a state that's actually getting rid of this participation awards. These are people who love the participation, giving them credit.
Exactly.
Joe Biden, like these are those people.
Yeah, yeah. Let's invite the loser who lost the game by 20 to the White House as well.
Yeah, okay. That moving to the next thing of Joe Biden. So apparently,
unbelievable.
Joe Biden was trying to go to the locker room before the game at both of their locker rooms, Iowa's and LSU. LSU wouldn't let her in because they're like, you and your husband both didn't pick us to get out of LSU. Like, I mean, get out of Baton Rouge. Like the first round, you didn't pick us to win. So why the fuck would we let you in the championship game here? Fuck you. Like, you're not going to be in our shit. She went to Iowa. She made the connection with Iowa. Probably she's probably seen them a couple of times this year. I don't know. Is she from Iowa?
I don't know.
Is that why she's at the game? I don't know.
Let me check.
Yeah, but either way, it's like, I don't know. But I love what Caitlin Clark said. Like, her energy afterwards was like, yo, like, I love that shit. Like, I don't really give a fuck. Like, she stood up and was like, I'm for it all. Like, this is doing great for the sport. What did this do for the sport? This game brought in 9.9 million views, most ever. The most ever you would ever see in a game, right? People are calling it, I'm seeing the conspiracy theories come out, that bad guy, good guy is what they're trying to go after, right? But I don't see it any other way. I see that as they're propelling the sport. They've brought media attention to the sport. There were people that I was like, they were like, oh no, I'm watching this game. Like, this is a game you need to watch. You saw ESPN tweeting about this is a game you need to watch. If I went online and Googled NCAA basketball tournament, the first thing coming up was women's over the men's. Like, I would have to type in men's basketball tournament in order to get like, let me look at the schedule, see who's up next. Because it was just all about the women's. They were more concerned about, let me watch the women's one. Yeah. I think this does amazing for the sport. I think more people are excited for next year because they're both coming back.
Yeah, exactly.
What is next year like? Again, people are conspiracy about they're trying to get their money. Like she already has, Angel already has like $300,000 in NIL deal. She's going to they're both going to make more than they will in the league.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, it's only helps propel, not even for them. when they get to the next level, like they probably won't make that much money, but it's for the generations that come. They're just going to boost it up and bring it up just the same way, Michael Jordan, all of them did for the league and making the league minimum go up. They're doing the same thing. What I want to ask you, what was I just had it. I forget what it was. I fucking forget.
Jill Biden from Jersey, actually. I can't believe we forgot that.
Who?
Jill Biden.
Jill is?
Yeah.
I know Joe's from Delaware, but I didn't know his wife was from Jersey.
No, Jill. Yeah.
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 I didn't know that.
Whatever. Not from Iowa. But
exactly.
No, you're right. And this was, honestly, the whole tournament was the Caitlin Clark show. And what's unfortunate to me about this is that this took precedent of the game. And there's that old saying that no press is bad press, right? But this is a little bit different, I think. This is like a shame that, if you kind of asked me like right now what the score was, I probably couldn't even tell you. Again, I know LSU throttled them, but this was Caitlin Clark, who, like you just said, is the Steph Curry of women's college basketball right now, of probably all women's basketball. I could name Caitlin Clark and what she did in this tournament before I can probably name any WNBA player right now. And now the same goes with Angel Reese. And it's no disrespect to the WNBA. It's just about what they did in this game and what they've done throughout the tournament. We're we should be talking about the game as like a whole and the ratings that it got. I think it got more views than the NBA All-Star game did. So, again, that's really fucking cool to see. And you're right. Next year, I'm excited to see what those two and their teams do. Yeah. You got to think they're on the collision course to rematch. I know you got Philly's own Dawn Staley down in South Carolina. UConn's always a powerhouse.
Carolina's good.
But,
always.
That people are going to be paying attention to LSU and Iowa for sure next year.
Yeah. Oh, so the question I had was, the thing I'm starting to see from my Twitter is Black Twitter. So what I'm seeing from Black Twitter is everyone tired of her speaking at this point, though. Like Angel. She's been on 1,000 podcasts. She's been on the news. She's meeting up with every person. I have no problem with you meeting up with superstars, right? Famous people. Go ahead. Get the sport out there. Get more eyes on it. I have no problem with that. But she's immediately, it was almost the next day she was on I Am Athlete, right? I was like, all right, cool. Get it out there, stuff like that. But she doubled down. She's like, we're not going to the White House. I will go to the Obamas. The next day, she's like, we're going to the White House. So it's like, all right, you don't have the media train. All right, that's it. That's enough. We're over it. Celebrate, do your celebrating, be out there. No more interviews. I'm done. I've done enough interviews. We put it out. Everyone's like, she's turning into, is it Sha'Carri Richardson? The track. She just was talking too much and fucked her career up a little bit. Now she's coming back. And she's doing big things. Do you watch track by any chance?
A little bit, yeah.
So our family, my family's big in track, so we watch track all the time. We're everywhere. The best thing I can tell you around here, if you being from Philly, you need to experience the Penn Relays. That's one of the best things you'll ever experience in your life. But it's similar to her, how she just was doing so much talking that everyone's like, all right, that's enough. No more talking. Don't ruin your public image. You already have the hate on you. It's enough. Get back to the ball now. Not shut up and dribble, but get back to the ball. You told your story. You told your side of things. Caitlin has done one interview. That's it. We don't need any more.
No. I think I'm with you, and that's what I kind of that was my own personal opinion on it. And I thought it was ridiculous that people were calling her classless for it. But then the more she just kept talking and talking and talking, it's now again, as I kind of just said, now it's not even about you winning a national championship. Now it's not about your team doing something, pulling off a couple of upsets along the way. Legendary head coach that you have there. Now it's not even about that. Now you're just making it.
Made it that way now, though.
Huh?
The media tainted that. Instead of being about ball, the media changed it to issues to speak on.
But you're right. And again, it's easier said than done.
Yeah.
But when you're in that limelight, just say you know what? I was pissed about it.
Yeah.
But we're going to go to the White House. Talk about, like you just said, get back to ball now. Because now you're just you're talking and talking. It already got played out. 2 days later, if that.
Yeah.
People went from everyone on her side. Well, you know what I mean. To even people on her side being just stop at this point.
Yeah, we're good. We're good off it.
Yeah.
We understand. Yeah, but I'm excited for next year. Let's see where this goes. I'm glad that they get to come back another year in college ball for sure.
Yeah. And that's it. I think that's even what she said. Was like, I can make more in NIL than I can in the WNBA, and I mean that's what it's there for, right? Is to make money. So go get it.
It works in their favor, especially women's basketball.
Yeah.
Moving to, I would say the last segment, the news of the week. Odell signing with the Ravens. Now, I was at the gym and I was talking to somebody. They're like, "Do you think Lamar's going to sign this?" Before the news was out there, and I was like, "I don't know. Like, I don't know what the fuck else is out there for him. Like, it has to be something behind the scenes that we just don't know yet." And it seems like this was it. It seems like he was like, the only way I could stay is if I get more weapons. Like, that's why this hasn't come out yet, but I feel like you're seeing him on FaceTime with Odell. Like, you're seeing him, like, he's always just had Andrews, the tight end. He finally gets more weapons. Like, he's like, that's probably what he was saying to them. Like, cool. Like, maybe if I don't get more money, you got to bring some guys in. Free agency, something, trade, get me my guys so that it's just not all on me. I need some support around me. What were your thoughts when you saw that?
A complete Hail Mary by the Ravens. I mean, this was like last-ditch effort. Let's go overpay for a wide receiver who was top 10 at one point, coming off an ACL tear. And, you know, we talked about it during the NFL season. Was kind of
I have one question, though.
Okay.
This is Odell. Usually we hit 30, right? He's 30. You're like, fuck, like, this is old. You're getting old now with your injuries, everything you had. He's coming off of a full year out. Like, he didn't play all last year. He's coming off of really missing a lot of games because of being hurt and having to rehabilitate himself to come back.
Right.
He broke the bank. I'm surprised he's number one wide receiver there. That's why he broke the bank. He's number one. He's wide receiver one now. I think he's healthy as fuck, but it's just I think everyone wants him to succeed, but everyone has their eye on him like, fuck, like, you're 30, bro, and you've been injured. What's that look like?
No, and that's what I mean. Like, I think in this case, his name is bigger than what he probably is today. He's the Odell catch. To his credit, before he tore his ACL, very unfortunately, he was tearing it up in the Super Bowl. I mean, the Bengals couldn't cover him. But I don't care how old you are. Those ACL tears are tough to come back from, even in today's day and age. And you're right. He's had that year off, which benefit, but also, I mean, that first hit, got to shake those cobwebs out. What's that going to be like? And they paid him like a top 10, top 8 receiver in the league. He's not. And it's great as a Ravens fan. Like, we had, like, Javon, like, Vaughn was over the moon about it.
Yeah.
And I probably would be too, because up to that point, my top receiver was what? Rashad Bateman? Fuck, yeah, we get Odell. But, I mean, I'm looking around, bro, like, look in our division already. And the receivers that I'd rather have over him, A.J. Brown, CeeDee Lamb, Devontae Smith, Terry McLaurin, probably no one on the Giants. So he's maybe the 5th best receiver in the NFC East alone. So, no, he's definitely not a top 10 receiver. I'd have to look it up. I don't know if he'd be a top 15 even. But it's a Hail Mary. If you're the Ravens, you're right. You needed to get him a weapon. And you got one of his boys. So I can't hate the move.
Yeah.
But now
it's such a out of nowhere, like, that shit came out of nowhere. I want to see what Lamar does. I want to see if Lamar's like, you know what? I want my pay me. He might go for franchise tag and just say, you know what? I might just go my year contract, whatever. Franchise tag me, give me my average medium, and let me just keep pushing. Go get more weapons. Go draft. Go trade. Do what you gotta do. Because again, you have to remember the Ravens were in the playoffs. Like, if Lamar plays, they may beat Cincinnati. Like, that's still a possibility with the team that they've had. And, like, put those guys around Lamar. Let's see what the fuck ends up. Let's see if it turns into what Philly was, you know? Like, let's see what that looks like. I got to remind me, my neighbor took a crazy take on the Eagles, so I want to see what you think. But I'm excited to see the Ravens play. Like, it's just been – I've always felt bad for Lamar. So, hey, Lamar, no more excuses if you get some more weapons, baby.
Yeah, and again, listen, I'm still going to give him the excuse because, again, Odell's not, whatever. But this is interesting now because what I kept hearing and what we kind of keep seeing is our team's going to be waiting until after the draft to make that move to even inquire about Lamar. Like, are we going to see how these the C.J. Strouds, the Bryce Young, all these other guys, the Will Levises, the Anthony Richardsons, like where are they going to fall out? Let's just say the Falcons don't get one of them in the draft. Like let's say their plan is to trade up to the Cardinals at 3 and get one of those top 3 guys. And let's say that doesn't happen. Now are they all in on Lamar where they haven't been? So that's going to be interesting too.
I'm sorry. When it comes to drafting a quarterback, I'll take a 3-year or 4-year quarterback. Wide receiver, you could play the gambit. Like, you know what I mean? It's different speed for the quarterback position.
But this is definitely, who's to say Lamar doesn't go, fuck it, franchise me, I'll play.
Yeah.
Odell, let's ball out, and then let's go somewhere.
That's true. So what my neighbor did, quick before we ended here, he said, I haven't been able to talk to him after the Eagles loss, right?
Is he an Eagles fan?
Oh yeah. He's like one of those guys, like South Philly. Like he's one of those born and bred guys. I actually learned something dope about Lucky Charlie's. I'll talk to you off air about that. Okay. I actually working at the ballet. I saw your strength conditioning coordinator, the guy that goes off on the sidelines. You know the white dude that's like pretty. He was at LA before he was that year. He was there. He pulled up, and I was like, "What the fuck?" I was like, "Yo, I don't like the Eagles, bro, but I like your little YouTube thing you did with Kevin Hart." He started dying laughing. Yeah, but he said, by 2030, you guys should have a minimum of 3 Super Bowl wins.
By 2030, so in 6 years, he wants half.
Yeah, or be at 3, win 2. Don't be like your little bitch. Like I don't want to say it. Like be for real. What you thinking?
Right. Don't disrespect me on the pod. What I'm gonna say is
a little like humble. Don't be humble.
That is a typical Philly, and that's an any fan take. And It's hard not to come off of this season and see Jalen Hurts established as a franchise guy. And again, all these dudes that you have locked up, like you have your core locked up on offense for years.
Yeah.
Again, you have 2 first-round picks this year. 3. I mean, that's a lot.
Yeah,
that's a lot. I mean, that's Patriots dynasty.
Exactly.
I mean, we talk about how hard it is just to get back at all.
I said that to him. I told him, I said, you've been spoiled. Everyone's spoiled thinking that they could be what Belichick did and what Mahomes is doing. Like, that's not common, bro.
No, it's not common. And again, it's easy to say. It is so much easier to say when you're fully bought in on Jalen Hurts for what he did this year, for how he acts. I mean, the dude's in the building every day now, like wanting to get better, and you have the weapons. And I would say within the next 3 years, I need one.
To be back or win one?
I need to win. No, fuck the second place. I'm done with second place forever.
Okay.
Second place means nothing. Okay. I need to win one in the next 3 years.
I give you that. Okay.
Need
it.
But to win half the Super Bowls in the next 6 years, look, that'd be incredible. But I don't know about all that.
Yeah. Now with this draft picks that you guys have, do you trade one away for later on picks?
That's such an Eagles move.
Okay.
And this is what's interesting because that running back from Texas, Bijan Robinson.
I hear you guys talking about him. I hope he does not go to you guys.
They're in love with him. I would say this.
Cowboys.
That is such an opposite of what the Eagles do. I mean, we just signed Rashad Penny to a 1-2-year deal to probably be our starting running back. I can see that. What I think the Eagles will do is, probably trade back and get that tackle from Northwestern, or I don't even fucking know. Get an edge rusher at maybe like 14, 15. Yeah. You're right. Get another second round next year or this year. But someone brought up an interesting point. You see the talent that you have now. It would be different if at that 10th pick, that's your only first rounder. Like, you do have another one.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you just say, fuck it. Go get arguably the most talented dude in the draft, one of the best running back prospects that we've seen in many years.
Mm-hmm.
Put him with Jalen Hurts for the next 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
And have probably, they're already one of the best offenses in the league. Add that dude, they're the best offense in the league.
Yeah.
Add him behind the best offensive line in the league with a quarterback that you have to account for taking that ball every single time and running it himself.
Mm-hmm.
And there's an argument to be made, and I was against it, but I'm starting to be talked in on it a little bit more. But I can see them just trading back.
if you go back and you watch the running back from Texas, like, I love him. Like, I hope he's still there for the Cowboys. I hope the Cowboys make some moves to go get him. I would love to have him and Pollard there because no matter what, Pollard's going to age and this guy can step right in. It's the same thing with Zeke and Pollard was, just reverse roles. Him at Texas was a fucking animal. Texas was expected to be, top ranked all year long. It just didn't go their way. But he is an animal at Texas. Like, if you know college ball, you know who this kid is. Like, he's one of those. So I hope you guys don't go.
It's going to be interesting because I think there's a chance. I'm in love with that Bama running back, Jahmyr Gibbs. I think
really?
Get him later in the first, like at that 30 spot, or even in the second round. I think what he can do, his versatility is like Kamara type. But fuck again, if Bijan's there, you have that 30th pick to kind of get that O-line depth or that D-line depth. There's going to be talent there. I don't know. Maybe you just say fuck it and you go get the dude.
I feel you. All right. We'll see. We'll see when draft night happens. Hopefully that doesn't happen for us because the NFC East is going to be a fucking monster if that happens. But any last words, brother?
No, I think we're good. I know we got Von on next week to talk some ball. Playoffs start this weekend. Sixers Nets. I think Sixers are the first game on Saturday. So that should be an easy sweep. But I know we'll dive into that more next week. Of course.
We'll save it all for next week. And Von's a Ravens fan, so we hear the hype news that he might be hearing from around his Ravens Twitter that he might be following. Hey, guys, support the Trust. Support the podcast on all of your anywhere you can get it from, the YouTube, Instagram at WeTrust_podcast, Apple Music, Spotify, SoundCloud, and Amazon Music as well. Follow Liam on the Instagram at
Liam Stokes 11.
Trust.